Hello students, we shall continue the analysis of simple AC circuit in lecture 9. In this lecture, we will be discussing the AC through purely capacitive circuit. AC through purely capacitive circuit. The circuit containing only a pure capacitor of capacitance C farads is known as a pure capacitive circuit. The capacitor stores electrical power in the electric field. Their effect is known as capacitance. It is also called condenser. A capacitor consists of two conductive plates which are separated by a dielectric medium. The dielectric material can be glass, paper, mica, oxide layers, etc. When voltage is applied across the capacitor, then electric field is developed across the plates of capacitor and no current flows between them. If the variable voltage source is applied across the capacitor plates, then the ongoing current flow through the source due to charging and discharging of capacitor. If connected to direct supply, it gets charged equal to the value of the applied voltage. Now here, consider the figure in which a capacitor of capacitance C farads is connected to an AC circuit. The applied voltage, instantaneous value V is equal to Vm sin omega t, and a current I flows through the capacitor. The voltage across the capacitor is Vc. Now look at the second waveform figure. The two waveform voltage and current is shown in two different colors. The voltage, it starts at the 0th instant, reaches the maximum value Vm at 90 degree. Here, unlike the purely inductive circuit, the current, it leads the voltage by an angle of exact 90 degree, which means there is a phase difference of 90 degree between the voltage and current. The same concept is shown in the phasor diagram also. Keeping the voltage vector as reference, the current leads the voltage by an exact 90 degree. Now let the applied voltage V be equal to Vm sin omega t, which is nothing but the Vc, the voltage that is appearing across the capacitor also. The charge of the capacitor at any instant of time is given as Q is equal to CV, where C is the capacitance, V is the voltage across that capacitance, and Q is the charge. Current flowing through the circuit is given by the equation I is equal to dq by dt. So putting that value of Q in the equation, you get I is equal to d by dt of C into V. So substitute for V. So you get I is equal to d by dt of C Vm sin omega t. C, Vm, both are constant, bring it out. So the derivative of sin omega t is cos omega t into omega. That you may write it in terms of sin omega t plus pi by 2. So the equation becomes I is equal to Vm divided by 1 by C omega sin omega t plus pi by 2. This 1 by C omega is written as Xc. Xc is known as capacitive reactance, whose unit is ohm. Capacitive reactance is the opposition offered to the flow of alternating current by a pure capacitor. Now from the equation of the instantaneous value of current I, which is equal to Vm by Xc sin omega t plus pi by 2, It also shows that the current leads the voltage by an angle of 90 degree or pi by 2 radians. The value of the current reaches its maximum when sin omega t plus pi by 2 become 1. Therefore, the maximum value of current Im can be written as Vm by Xc. So we get the instantaneous value of current as Im sin omega t plus pi by 2 or Im sin omega t plus 90 degree amperes. Now, let's discuss the power in a purely capacitive circuit. Here, the three voltage, power and current waveforms are shown. The left half of the y-axis is nothing but the phasor diagram that we have discussed earlier itself. Now you may see that the voltage is starting at 0 degree, reaches its maximum at 90 degree and just moves on. And the current, as discussed earlier, it is leading the voltage curve by an exact 90 degree. The power is the product of instantaneous value of voltage and instantaneous value of current. So for each time interval, you can calculate the power. Let's take the time interval 0 to pi by 2. 0 to pi by 2, the instantaneous value of voltage and current both are positive. So the product of voltage and current gives a positive power. That is why the power curve is in the positive half cycle. Now, from the instant pi by 2 to pi, the voltage curve is positive, but the current curve is in the negative half. So, positive voltage into negative current will be giving a negative power. That is why the power curve is in the negative half cycle. From pi to 270 degree or from 180 to 270 degree, both the current and the current and voltage is in the negative half. Therefore, the power is positive. Again, from 270 to 360 degree or till 2 pi, the current waveform is in the positive half, voltage is in the negative half. Therefore, the power is in the negative half cycle. Like the purely capacitive circuit also, here the power curve will be having 2 cycle for the 1 cycle of voltage and current, or you may say that the power is having double the frequency of voltage and current. Now, when the voltage is increased, you may see that the capacitor gets charged and reaches its maximum value, and therefore at the positive half cycle it is depicted. And when the voltage level decreases, the capacitor gets discharged and the negative half cycle is formed. If you examine carefully, you will notice that when the voltage attains its maximum value, the value of current is 0. That is, there is no flow of current at that time. When the value of voltage is decreased and it reaches to the value of pi, the current attains its peak value in the negative half cycle. As a result, the capacitor starts to discharge. This cycle of charging and discharging continues. Now, let's analyze the instantaneous power, which is equal to instantaneous value of voltage into instantaneous value of current, Vm sin omega t into Im sin omega t plus pi by 2. You will again get it as Vm by root 2, Im by root 2, sin 2 omega t, just like a purely inductive network. Sin 2 omega t, it is a symmetrical waveform. Therefore, if you calculate the average power or the power consumed for that full cycle, it will be obviously 0. So, you may say that the average power in a capacitive circuit is also 0, just like the pure inductive circuit. The average power in a half cycle is 0 as the positive and negative loop area in the waveform shown are same. In the first quarter cycle, the power which is supplied by the source is stored in the electric field set up by the capacitor plates. In the next quarter cycle, that electric field diminishes. Thus, the stored power is returned back to the source. So, this process is repeated continuously and therefore, no power is consumed by the capacitor circuit. Now let's try to solve a problem of a purely capacitive circuit. The question says a capacitance of 40 microfarad is supplied with a potential difference of 220 volt. 220 volt is the RMS value. What must be the frequency if the current is A 2.765 ampere and B 5.53 ampere? So first what you have to do is you need to find out the equation of frequency in terms of current and substitute the values of current to find out the two conditions. So what all quantities are given? The VRMS value to 20 volt is given. Capacitance C 40 microfarad is given. So what is the voltage across a capacitance? V is equal to IXC, just like V is equal to IR for resistive network. V is equal to IXL for purely inductive network. So when V is equal to IXC, I is equal to V by XC. Since the voltage given is an RMS value, the current that you are going to find out will also be an RMS current. So it will become V divided by 1 by C omega. So I is equal to omega C V. That is 2 pi F CV. So the equation you can write it terms of frequency. It becomes I divided by 2 pi CV. So substitute for all the known quantity. I divided by 2 into 3.14 into 220 into 40 into 10 raised to minus 6. So you will get it as I divided by 0.0553. Now substitute the two conditions. When the current was 2.765, frequency become 2.765 divided by 0.0553. You get it as 50 Hertz. Now the B. When the current is 5.53 ampere, frequency become 5.53 divided by 0.0553. That is 100 Hertz.